SWG JaySon versus Jerm.
Thanks for cutting me off.
You are welcome.
I love you, neighbor. So yes, JaySon versus Jerm. I really don't know what to say about this matchup. How about you take it away, Ryan?
I mean, we did see Johan, I believe, last week or perhaps the week before against JaySon, and
Would have been the week.
very, very close.
Yeah, Johan is incredibly talented, and I think Jerm is right there with him. They're both incredibly talented Robin players who aren't afraid to just throw out that 11th sword all the time.
Goodness.
This still counts as a 0 to death. Never mind. Yeah.
Who has the gall to just go up there and do that?
Jerm.
Jerm, you are a monster.
See, and Jerm, one thing that Johan does a lot when he plays Robin is that he isn't afraid to throw out the 11 swords like Jerm does.
3 scorpion stings in a row.
Yeah, well, the difference between Johan and Jerm is that when they run out of the 11 sword, Johan likes to stand back and throw a lot of arc fires and thunders.
Right.
Jerm really doesn't care. If he wants to get in, he'll just go ahead and try to get in anyways, because that's the kind of person he is.
He went for the larylar air dodge read right there, but Jerm didn't fall into him, so it was pretty easy for him to avoid.
Yeah.
And then getting that up air, sealing the stock.
Checkmate.
I mean, when Robin has a stock lead, it's actually a lot harder for Fox to commit to these kill options.
Because now that damage will just rack up real quick.
Oh, but he just called him out of the neutral getup. JaySon's been doing that a lot lately, just throwing out that meaty hitbox.
Yeah.
Long-lasting.
That's what JaySon will do, is he's actually pretty simple on the edge guards, but if he knows what you're going to do about, you're actually pretty screwed.
Goodness. Such a...
I still want to see him get what would be the best is if he got a Shine Spike kill by shining the first hit of Elwind into Jerm.
It does work.
It does work.
Oh my goodness, that's the second time in a row that he's tried to get up from the ledge, and he just gets caught by the double arc fires. Jerm for sure has got to be running low on him, but as long as he has access to that arc fire,
then he's going to try to get you off stage. Like, even, like, not in the kill wave, but, like, if you're off stage, he's just going to rack up more damage.
Oh my goodness, catching the outward DI with the forward air. DI mix-up, still able to seal the stock.
Yeah, I mean, Jerm, like most Robin players, plays a little less with his hands and more with his brain, which is what most top players will do, but it's especially apparent watching him play. He really tries to get into your head. Like, instead of watching the character and reading what kind of habits the character is having, he tries to get into your head and think about what you're going to try to do against him.
Right, he plays the player.
Yeah, exactly. So Dreamland for game 2. This is JaySon's counter pick.
It's kind of like Battlefield, except there's more space in the middle, which actually hurts Robin, from what I understand, making it a lot less easy to be mobile on the platform.
Exactly.
Also,
the disjoints become less disjointier.
Right, and it also gives JaySon a lot of room for that full hop dare approach that he loves.
Yeah, and you know, we'll see that a lot from JaySon. It's a great mix-up, especially on shield. And, you know, if you think that you can unshield against down air, don't.
I mean, at the front of your shield, it's not super safe, but you have to know the second that move ends if that landed in front of you or behind you. And JaySon is really, really good about mixing you up.
Yeah.
And making you unsure about things, causing you to try to go for a grab with it. He's behind you, and then suddenly he gets a big, juicy follow-up.
He's got the lead right now, but he's really got to be careful because these are the kinds of percents where Robin can really get these big combos going. JaySon going for that down air up smash, but good DI from Jerm, getting out of it.
He was able to tech away just in time.
I think Jerm really pretty much knows at this point.
And again, JaySon has not figured out an answer to the arc fire.
I think that Jerm knows that he can't put it directly on the ledge because then JaySon will just ledge jump shine. And that way he's putting it just behind, right there, just behind the edge of the ledge.
And that time, okay, Jerm threw 1 arc fire instead of 2 there because he saw the last interaction they had. JaySon jumped above the double arc fire. So he threw 1, conditioned JaySon to jump over the trap, and then he stole the stock with that up air. Really, really smart. Like you're saying, he's just playing the player. He's more of a brain-based than using his fingers.
So fast.
It's very, very good. The 11 sword aerials, some of the best aerials in the game.
And the only reason that Robin isn't broken is because the 11th sword is somewhat limited. Oh my goodness. So downer can kill off the side.
The reason that works, it's only when you get hit by the Arc Thunder and then follow up with the down air, because the way that it works is when you hit them with the down air, when they're stuck in the Arc Thunder, it basically acts like both of the last hits are happening at the same time. So it sends the grossest angle you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. That's what I've got to say. So JaySon's going to have some trouble. Ooh, running out of arc fire, and it's very lucky for JaySon.
But there, JaySon re-grabbed the ledge, and like we were talking about before, immediately buffered the roll.
Very aggressive there at the end, and it paid out in spades for Jerm to just be patient and wait for that.
Really, it just came down to on stage, JaySon was pretty solid. But once he got pushed off the ledge, Jerm had all the control in the world. Because if you're playing on stage, there's a lot of different mix-up games that can be happening, whole bunch of different interactions that it's kind of hard to pinpoint what your opponent is exactly about to do, especially when your opponent has a lot more movement than you do. A lot more quick options. It's easier for them to bully their way in. But when you put them on the ledge, they only have a couple options to choose from. And you have a really, really good way of forcing them into picking some of them, tricking them into thinking this is the only possible escape route, and then blocking that escape route.
Yeah. Hey, Em. Do you know if anybody else is good for commentary? Okay. I am very tired. This is about the time that I went to bed last night.
Didn't Tracy say she wanted to commentate? Didn't Tracy say she wanted
Yeah, sorry if my commentary is a little off tonight.
I mean, you did like
I am
all of
super tired.
doubles, right? Or
No.
a lot of
No,
doubles.
I did actually mostly just the end of doubles.
Okay.
But I am way more tired than I thought I'd be. I'm going to be completely honest.
I know that feel.
I definitely had like 11 o'clock hit, and my energy just
Boom.
dropped like a broken elevator.
That is terrifying.
Yep. I've never been on a broken elevator, and I hope I never will.
You know, I imagine if you'd ever been on a broken elevator, I might not be talking to you right now.
Well, yeah, it depends.
Scary things happen on broken elevators.
No, it's like in the video games. You just open the hatch on the top, and then you pry open the elevator
You know, I've
doors.
never actually looked up whenever I was in an elevator to see.
A lot of elevators don't have hatches that are accessible from the inside.
I was figuring there's probably not just a hatch there that people can climb out of.
No.
Seems like not a safe option, actually.
You can access it when you're inside the shaft and you're standing on top of the elevator, but you can't normally access it from inside the elevator unless it's a very old one,
Right.
or unless it's like a cargo elevator.
Or a cartoon elevator.
Or a cartoon elevator, or if you're playing Dead Rising.
My
Oh,
guess.
he didn't even use the hatch in Dead Rising. It just happened to stop right next to the doors.
How convenient.
And then Chuck was just like, I'm going to pry open these doors because I care about my daughter.
You got to use that emotional strength.
I've heard stories about that. Where a lot of people are like, yeah, dude, it's like totally like I felt so into it. I like the stories about people that get struck by lightning and then like they jump like 30 feet into the air. Because their muscles just get supercharged.
I've never heard that before in my life,
Have
but
you
that
never?
sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
I would hate that.
I would like to imagine.
First of all, I got struck by lightning, so that's awful. Secondly, then I jump and I'm 30 feet in the air. Are you kidding me? I don't want to land, but I
Well,
don't want to not land.
People have to either, like, if you get struck by lightning, the two variants are, and like the one that happens almost all the time is that
you die?
if you live through it, your muscles just seize up, and you know you have to get taken to a hospital and they'll be seized up for a while.
Right.
But there are stories, not completely confirmed, but scientifically this is like a thing that
Plausible?
could happen. It's scientifically plausible that
Okay.
instead of your muscles seizing up, the charge is just short of seizing your muscles, so that you have so much energy in them that you have to burn out the energy. Ooh.
Ah, excellent. Excellent. Oh, that's
They
exciting.
should commentate while they play, if that's possible.
Oh, God. We've tried that once. It didn't work out well. But we are going to be double swapped for two of the most entertaining and beautiful men I know in this building.